Next on UMass Sports Insider, as the basketball squad gets set to tip off the season, we'll tell you how Coach Kellogg's crew is preparing for a wild and challenging start to the campaign. And you'll meet an outgoing fifth-year transfer to the football program whose hard-nosed play on the front lines has helped revitalize his career and the Minutemen defense. Plus, we check out the homecoming tailgate scene at Gillette Stadium, where some Western Mass dining establishments made the cross-state trek to help make the alums feel at home. Finger-licking good, UMass Sports Insider, here we go.
You're watching UMass Sports Insider, brought to you by Alden Credit Union, Mafre Commerce Insurance, and Coca-Cola.
The UMass football season is winding down. With November upon us, the weather has gotten chillier, but the fans have continued to turn out at Gillette. Over 20,000 of them for consecutive home games in October. Now the team tries to finish strong and improve upon its win total during the second season of playing FBS football. Hi there, welcome to UMass Sports Insider. I'm your host, Josh Maurer. Later on in the show, we'll find out some wacky superstitions from some UMass athletes. That should be fun. But let's start on the gridiron, where the UMass defense has been getting a big lift from a fifth-year graduate student transfer. Originally from South Carolina, this man has been making his one season with the Maroon and White count. With more, here's Cody Crushell in the bunker with Justin Anderson.
In his first season at UMass, Justin Anderson has been an intimidating force on the Minutemen defensive line.
He's in trouble, back in the pocket, swallowed up and sacked again. It was Justin Anderson.
Anderson spent 4 seasons at the University of Maryland. He established himself early on, starting all 13 games for the Terrapins as a sophomore in 2010. But a year later, the South Carolina native suffered a broken foot in the preseason, forcing him to take a medical redshirt. With his playing time limited once he returned to the field last fall, Anderson came to UMass looking for a second chance.
Me and my family decided it was time for me to move on. You know, everything was going in our favor, so we felt like it was best for me to move on and try to get another opportunity, which Coach Moore said that if I came out here ready to work, he said he had no problem with giving me the opportunity, so I just came here and took advantage of it.
Anderson utilized the NCAA's fifth-year transfer rule, which allows players who have completed their degree but still have eligibility remaining to transfer and play immediately as graduate students.
That rule is one of the best rules the NCAA ever invented. I mean, it's a great rule for young men who need a chance to finish out their college career playing like they want to play.
Anderson landing in Amherst has meant bad news for opposing quarterbacks. He recorded a pair of sacks against both Bowling Green and Miami, Ohio, right after the Minutemen switched from the 3-4 to a 4-3 defense.
I enjoyed being at the 3-2 because we were able to do some different stuff, but once he put us on the edge and was able to free us up and we were able to do some different stuff along like along the line, you know, as long like with blitzes and stuff, I feel like that helped the whole team out as well, you know, so I think I enjoyed it. The rest of my fellow D linemen enjoyed it, so you know it's a plus.
And it's Anderson's second go-round with UMass defensive line coach Dave Salazzo, who was also his position coach for 2 seasons at Maryland.
He was real tough for me my freshman year and my sophomore year I started for him. You know, he played me a good bit as a freshman, but over those 2 years just playing with him and being around him, you know, you start to build that chemistry with him, get that bond, that trust with one another.
Go! Come on back. That's sloppy. That's sloppy. Okay? Yeah, it's freaking sloppy. You know, we had a great relationship when I was at Maryland, and he was looking for a home after he got his release, and you know, I guess he felt like he wanted to get back with me because he knew I would kind of get him back to where he needed to be as far as playing, you know, Division I football.
Last year, Michael Cox came to UMass as a fifth-year transfer from Michigan and showcased enough talent to get drafted by the New York Giants. Anderson hopes to follow Cox's path to the next level, but for now is focused on finishing out his lone season at UMass on a high note.
Honestly, I just want to get some more wins and definitely win on senior night. That's all. That's one of my big things. I want to get some more wins and definitely get a win on senior night. You'll never get time like this back ever again. So, you know, just look back and, like, dwell on it a couple years from now. Like, maybe, like, later on in life, you know, I can sit back and say I gave it all I got when I came to Amherst, Massachusetts. So that's all I really want to do.
For UMass Sports Insider, I'm Cody Cruciel.
Thank you, Cody, and a special thanks to Coach Dave Salazzo for participating, even obviously with his throat a little bit under the weather. Well, let's turn to hoops, where here at the Mullen Center, expectations are high for the UMass men's team, led by senior point guard Chaz Williams. They're hoping to make a run at NCAA tournament consideration. To do that, Coach Kellogg has put together a non-conference schedule that will certainly test his team's mettle. With more presented by Mafre Commerce Insurance, here's Joe Duty.
UMass head coach Derek Kellogg isn't pulling any punches when describing the challenges that await his Minutemen when the season gets underway in early November. A season that ranks among the most anticipated for his program in nearly 2 decades.
It is the toughest schedule I've had here as a head coach, and probably the toughest since the 90s with the games, especially the first 2 weeks of the season. This is a daunting task.
Kellogg isn't kidding. The non-conference slate features games against teams from the SEC, Big Ten, ACC, and Big East, in addition to a Springfield contest against perennial power BYU. It all begins Sunday, November 10th with a Bay State tripleheader in Boston, with UMass taking on rival Boston College as part of a Coaches vs. Cancer tip-off, an event that will feature 6 Massachusetts Division I programs.
To be able to bring all those teams together for one great day for the American Cancer Society is a great venue for college basketball. And for one day, we can honestly say that Massachusetts is the epicenter of basketball in the country.
Playing in the Boston TD Bank, I mean, it's going to be the same thing when I was at Western Kentucky, the NCAA tournament and stuff.
2 days later, the Minutemen play their home opener at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday morning, taking on LSU in part of ESPN's College Hoops Tip-Off Marathon. The Tigers have been picked 4th in the SEC's preseason media poll.
It's just pretty impressive, for ESPN to select us for this one, and also for us to get out here and play in front of our fans against a great team.
The teams that are ready at a 9 a.m., 10 a.m., a noon game, 11 a.m. are normally the teams that are ready to play that early, and my goal and job will be to get our team ready to play at peak performance.
After 2 straight NIT appearances, Kellogg and company are hoping to make the leap to the big dance this season. With that goal in mind, the coach says he tailored his schedule to satisfying the selection committee's criteria.
The selection committee really looks at who you play, where you play, and if you go on the road. And I think we've satisfied all the requirements with our out-of-conference schedule of the tough level teams we're playing at home, on the road, and even at neutral sites. So, I'm hoping that we win enough of those tough games to say we're in the conversation come Selection Sunday.
The Minutemen know they will be seriously tested early and often, a challenge that players and coaches alike are welcoming.
That's what we wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. I love playing on the big stage. I love playing in front of a lot of people.
When you just look at the first 2 weeks of our season, that's a microcosm of what's going on here. But I'm hoping that the fans come out and support us. We have a home schedule that I really put together for the fans of the UMass community. And it's one that will go down in the record books as one of the toughest schedules I think we've played here in a long, long, long time.
For UMass Sports Insider, I'm Joe Duty.
Following the games against BC and LSU, the Minutemen head to Charleston, South Carolina for an 8-team tournament where they could take on NCAA tournament teams from last year, such as New Mexico, Temple, and Davidson. It should be a fun month of November. Well, it's time for us to take a break. We're going away for only a few moments, and when we come back, we'll check out some sights and sounds from the UMass football homecoming. Maybe even some delectable smells, too. Don't go away.
Yeah, we're just waiting on the appraisal to come in. Just give me a minute, man. Yeah, we'll get that back in a week or so. Have a great day.
Alden Credit Union is the official credit union of UMass Athletics. Alden Credit Union. Banking, no boundaries.
How's the orange juice, Adam?
Refreshing. It's Minuteman made.
Alden Credit Union is the official credit union of UMass Athletics. Alden Credit Union. Banking, no boundaries.
What's that great old saying about strangers? They're just friends you haven't met yet. Among life's millions of moments, some of the very best are made by Mohegan Sun. When it's your time to shine, come see us.
Book your wedding with award-winning UMass Catering. We can host, design, and plan your big event from full breakfasts, lunches, to elegant wedding receptions and dinners. UMass Catering can host events in one of our ballrooms that overlook campus, tented outdoors, or our own Renaissance house. The possibilities are endless. Let the culinary team at UMass Catering bring creative menus and exceptional service to your wedding day. Special rates for members of the UMass family and alumni.
Hi, I'm Steve DeMarco. Wherever your destination, Premier is your solution.
Our reputation as an industry leader is built on service, safety, and the guaranteed best price. At Premier, safety stands above all else. Our fleet is serviced on-site by our certified technicians. Premier will customize your travel needs all within your budget, and we can even accommodate your travel requirements worldwide. Premier Corporate has your business needs covered. Rest assured, your team and clients will arrive safely, comfortably, and always on time.
Premier, an extraordinary experience, guaranteed.
You're watching UMass Sports Insider.
Welcome back. In honor of the 150th anniversary of UMass Amherst, members of the university's leadership, political figures, band members, and yes, some key athletics staffers all gathered late last month at famed Faneuil Hall for the Stand for UMass rally. The event celebrated the past and present for the state's flagship campus. Let's take a look back.
We're celebrating our 150th year, and we've come out to Boston because this is where, of course, it all starts in the State House, and this is where most of our alumni live. And so we wanted to come out here and just show the citizens of the Commonwealth what UMass has meant, how far we have come in 150 years, drum up support for all parts of UMass, including our athletics, of course.
Why play 1A football? It's pretty simple, because UMass wants to be excellent in everything. UMass wants to be the best in everything, and playing the highest level of football is the right place for our great university, our great institution.
And I stand here today to tell you that we have a great basketball team. We have one of the toughest schedules we've had in many, many years, and we're a team that's going to make the University of Massachusetts Amherst proud, and we look forward to your support.
That event took place as part of the annual Homecoming Week, which culminated with the football homecoming game at Gillette Stadium. As you're about to see, for the fans and alumni that made it to Foxborough, it was just like being back here on the UMass campus. Almost. Let's see what it looked like as part of our UMass Amherst Alumni Association Spotlight.
We're back for homecoming?
We're back for homecoming.
Woo! Woo! Homecoming!
I kind of like it here. I live out in Eastern Mass, and I've been going to football games for 40 years. So it's important that we continue to get the Western Mass fans. They were great fans, and I want them to continue to come here.
We got all the best behind us. We got Anger's Wings, we got White Hut Burgers, and Antonio's Pizza next to that, and Black Sheep at the other end.
We got some burgers, some
sausage,
and we're going to play beanbag later for a little action. Keep things spiced up in the parking lot, you know what I
mean? Well, homecoming is reconnecting with the university. The university has been very good to me. I owe a lot to the University of Massachusetts. That's why I tried to give back a little bit.
Woo! Tattoo right there.
It's all good. We're going to rendezvous a little bit. We got a big crew from my fraternity from the class of '88, and we're gonna do it right.
Next year, the homecoming football game will be played back here on campus. After the renovations are completed at McGurk Stadium, the football team will be back in Amherst for the first time in 3 years. Well, it's time for us to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll show you how some Minutemen and women went out into the community an early morning helping some school kids. Stay plugged in.
The gang always plays 0-0 just once. And sometimes absolutely nothing becomes absolutely everything. Among life's millions of moments, some of the very best are made by Mohegan Sun. When it's your time to shine, come see us.
Hotel UMass was voted the best hotel in Amherst. Situated on the beautiful University of Massachusetts campus, Hotel UMass is where you stay to be in the heart of it all. With 116 contemporary guest rooms, free wireless internet, room service, 36 meeting rooms, free parking, and in walking distance to downtown Amherst, Hotel UMass has it all.
UMass basketball takes on LSU in its home opener at a special start time of 11 a.m.
The UMass license plate says it all.
You don't have to be a sports star. Any UMass fan can be a star with a UMass license plate.
Ride with UMass pride.
Get all the details at umassalumni.com. All proceeds benefit UMass.
At Alden Credit Union, our home loans leave room in your budget for some fun. You can get the kitchen you want, have space for a new friend, and still afford a night out with old friends. At this rate, you can have it all. 2.49% APR on all home loans. At this rate, you can get that new car. 1.99% APR on auto loans. Alden Credit Union. Banking. No boundaries.
What's that great old saying about strangers? They're just friends you haven't met yet. Among life's millions of moments, some of the very best are made by Mohegan Sun. When it's your time to shine, come see us.
You're watching UMass Sports Insider.
Welcome back. It's time for Mohegan Sun Instant Replay. Late last month, the nationally ranked men and women field hockey squad took on rival Richmond at Garber Field in this Atlantic 10 contest. With the top seed in the upcoming conference tournament on the line, the game went into a shootout, and the men and women ultimately prevailed 3-1 to take the win. Senior Hannah Prince recorded the clinching shot. With the victory, UMass took over the top spot in the A10 standings. The men and women will host the conference tournament at Garber on Friday, November 8th and Saturday, November 9th, hoping to repeat as league champion and return to the NCAA tournament. We already showed you the outdoor homecoming festivities. Inside Gillette Stadium, the game itself was a thriller. And while the Minutemen came up on the short side of the score against Western Michigan, they had some very exciting plays throughout the course of the game. Let's take a peek.
Rodney Mills in as a fullback. He'll lead the way for Wilson, and it will be a UMass touchdown, the first touchdown of the season for Jamal Wilson. Play fake, Doyle throws, end zone, Blanchflower.
Yeah, predictably, this is the part of the field where you need to go to your big tight end, go to the big guy with the soft hands.
Last month, some UMass athletes from several teams took a very early wake-up call to help some local children get to school safely. Let's check out and see what they were up to as UMass Catering presents Serving the Community.
A special thank you to all the UMass athletes who are here today. This is part of the Massachusetts Safe Routes to School. So schools all over the state of Massachusetts are encouraging kids to walk or bike safely to school. So as a way to get their energy going in the morning, wake up their brains.
It's important for Amherst kids to have role models. It's important for UMass athletics to give back to the community.
I think especially today it's important for kids to be active, and walking to school is one of the ways that kids can be active.
Well, it's great not only to have our men's basketball team here, but also to have a lot of student athletes, UMass being part of the community and also showing the importance of kind of walk to school day.
I think it's good to talk to the kids about being physical, being active, it's also fun to come out, meet some of the kids.
I think it's really great to see all of their participation in a community event like this, and it's also very inspiring to the little kids. I think they're just so excited to see all of these familiar faces.
Hi, this is Anthony Raiola, senior defenseman from the UMass hockey team. We're going into our final commercial break, and when we get back, you'll find out some of my teammates' crazy superstitions, and I'm sure there's plenty.
Book your wedding with award-winning UMass Catering. We can host, design, and plan your big event from full breakfasts, lunches, to elegant wedding receptions and dinners. UMass Catering can host events in one of our ballrooms that overlook campus, tented outdoors, or our own Renaissance house. The possibilities are endless. Let the culinary team at UMass Catering bring creative menus and exceptional service to your wedding day. Special rates for members of the UMass family and alumni.
At Alden Credit Union, our home loans leave room in your budget for some fun. You can get the kitchen you want, have space for a new friend, and still afford a night out with old friends. At this rate, you can have it all. 2.49% APR on all home loans. At this rate, you can get that new car. 1.99% APR on auto loans. Alden Credit Union. Banking. No boundaries.
The UMass license plate says it all.
You don't have to be a sports star. Any UMass fan can be a star with a UMass license plate.
Ride with UMass pride.
Get all the details at umassalumni.com. All proceeds benefit UMass.
What's that great old saying about strangers? They're just friends you haven't met yet. Among life's millions of moments, some of the very best are made by Mohegan Sun. When it's your time to shine, come see us.
Hi, I'm Steve DeMarco. Wherever your destination, Premier is your solution.
Our reputation as an industry leader is built on service, safety, and the guaranteed best price. At Premier, safety stands above all else. Our fleet is serviced on-site by our certified technicians. Premier will customize your travel needs all within your budget, and we can even accommodate your travel requirements worldwide. Premier Corporate has your business needs covered. Rest assured, your team and clients will arrive safely, comfortably, and always on time.
Premier, an extraordinary experience, guaranteed.
Training hard, working hard. We're building and believing. Our guys have the heart. We're made in Massachusetts. In Massachusetts pride. This group is really underdogs.
We're all in. All in. We're all in. Go UMass. We're all in. All in. All in. UMass football. We're all in.
You're watching UMass Sports Insider.
Welcome back. The show is almost done, but you've stayed for the best part. It's our Alden Credit Union lighter side. Athletes in general are a superstitious bunch, so that got us to wondering, what crazy ones do some of the Minutemen and Minutewomen have? So we asked some of them, what's your biggest superstition? Let's check out the answers.
A lot of people say don't believe in them, but it's better to be on the safe side, you know? So I don't split poles. Don't walk under ladders, don't put hats on the bed.
Before a hockey game, I'll have to know when my parents are sitting before the game starts, and I wear the same bracelets in the game.
My biggest superstition is pre-race ritual. I always do 4 strides, and I stop, put my hands on my head, look down, talk to myself for a little bit.
Before every game, I eat a peanut butter and jelly.
Either if it's like, if our game's at night or in the morning, I just have it.
I like to eat gummy bears before the game, about a half a pack probably. Share the rest with the team, small pack.
Before every race, I have to chew the same type of gum, and I have to wear the same socks every time I race also.
Every Thursday before my games, I have to shut the lights off 3 times, so on, off, on, off, on, off. Walk out my room, lock the door, open it back off, on, off, on, off, on, off, then I can leave.
Don't get your foot swept by a broom. Have a bunch of them. I have so many pregame superstitions. It's a lot.
What are the bracelets? What do they have to do with anything?
One of them was just one bracelet's off my friend, which she gave to me before I came out here, which is like a good luck charm thing, and then the other one's just off my parents.
Pace up and down, get myself amped, one big clap, and I get to the line, I undo my laces, redo my laces so they don't come off, tuck them under my other laces, I'm good to go.
Was it like a mom homemade peanut butter and jelly? No.
Made it myself. It's when it tastes the best.
Do you have a favorite color of gummy bear?
Red. Yeah, absolutely.
So if you had more red than, say, green, you might score a goal.
I don't count them, but maybe that could work.
Are they the exact same socks, or are they the same color?
They're the same pair. They're getting a little stringy, so I think I got a new pair. But they're my lucky socks, so I can't race without them.
How in the world did that start?
Okay, it came from a scary movie I was watching one time. I forgot the name of it, but like that's the way he kept the ghost from him or something.
Why are you so superstitious?
I'm not sure. People say athletes are superstitious, but I really believe that. I mean, I gotta make sure I get my ankles taped the right way every day. I gotta have on the right things. Everything gotta be balanced up.
If I don't know where my parents are sitting before the game, I know that's like a big distraction for me. Like that's bad. Like I need to focus because I'll be like looking around when the game's on, and that's not good.
What do you say to yourself when you're talking to yourself?
I can't say that. You don't want me to tell you what I say.
Can you give us the gist?
I get myself really amped up, and it would be bleeped a lot on this show.
So what would happen if you didn't have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before a game?
I'd probably be really nervous.
Nervous that you wouldn't play well, or nervous that you get a stomachache?
Nervous that I'd get a stomachache and not play well.
Why are hockey players so superstitious?
I don't know. I don't know where that started, but...
Because you are, right?
Yeah. We just... I don't know.
I mean, it's a little gross, but like, do they smell?
No, they're clean. They look dirty because they're all like muddy stained and everything, but they're clean, I promise.
Do you consider yourself a superstitious person, or is this like the only thing you have?
No, I'm superstitious. I believe in like Friday the 13th. You know, like don't be up past like 4 o'clock. Have your lights on, stuff like all of that. I believe in all of it.
Let me see the hands on your head thing again.
Something like that.
That's kind of like you're being held up.
Yep, kind of.
Do you believe that something bad would happen if you broke a superstition?
I believe that. I mean, I
You
really
do?
do. I really do. I do. I mean, if you purposely split a pole and walk under a ladder, something bad is gonna happen to you. I believe it.
What would happen if you changed your pair of socks?
I think I would have a terrible race. Like I don't even know if I could race without them.
Wacky and wild superstitions. Thanks to them for sharing and to you for watching. Our next new edition of UMass Sports Insider debuts Saturday, November 16th. We will have a men's basketball team preview and also a look at the senior standout from the football team, Rob Blanchflower. Until then, I'm Josh Maurer saying have a great rest of your weekend.
UMass Sports Insider. Brought to you by Alden Credit Union, Mafre Commerce Insurance, and Coca-Cola.